All our content is for education and information purposes only. It should not be considered investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, place, sell or hold any assets or place any trades. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor. So please do your own research. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment decision, which should be based on your individual circumstances. Okay, so seek a professional advisor or independently research and verify all the information you find on the show. Please, if you wish to rely on any information that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with risk, and please do your own research. We're not financial advisors. Do not to be intended, perceived, received as financial advisors. We ain't got the special paperwork. However, we're working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you're unable to mitigate a risk, then get in contact with us immediately, and we'll be able to refer you to accredited financial advisor. So yeah, that's the disclaimer done. Boring stuff out the way. Wukash, go ahead, bro.
So in simple terms, folks, invest responsibly, and if you lose money, well, it is what it is. It's part of the game. So welcome everyone to another episode of Technically Speaking. This is Wukash from Blockchain Sensei, and
it's Keish from Blockchain Sensei. We're doing Technically Speaking with Voice of Crypto, and let's go. It's about to go down.
Awesome. So the way I like to do my analysis for the market is from like a more of a top-down approach. So the S&P is still the main factor dictating which direction the market will take. So we'll go starting with the S&P, then look at the total crypto markets, and then dive specifically into Bitcoin and potentially look into some altcoins. But if the stock market is not doing well, we can't really expect crypto and altcoins in particular to do well, because if people won't hold less risky assets, well, they won't hold super risky assets, right? So we've been in a pretty sustained downtrend for the last well, pretty much a year. It's crazy how time flies and how charts really, it can seem like not a long time, but it really is a long time. So we've recently started to break that downtrend. We did form a higher high, a couple higher highs over here. Let me just quickly zoom in. Now it's just a question of what will happen here, because the Fed still indicated that they will be increasing the rates, even though at a slower pace, which I do believe eventually we will be coming down. However, there is a slight possibility if we can hold this level, which also is a pretty strong level of support historically, if we can hold that, I think we could get at least to 4,300, maybe even 4,500 S&P. However, long-term 2023, my outlook personally is still pretty bearish. So this would be the bear trap of all bear traps, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I definitely agree with you. I think, yeah, market conditions from what I've been seeing at this present moment in time, it's like everyone's like, hey, we're about to have a great time. And I'm like, hey, you better watch out because you think you're about to have a great time until you get on the roller coaster and your stomach goes where your heart is meant to be.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Exactly that.
Also, if we look at the RSI for the S&P, it's already getting pretty overheated. It's already approaching, it's around 65 now. It's starting to get into the oversold area.
That's way too high.
And if we look at the heat map, again, we're starting to get into the very warm, soon to be hot territory, which tends to indicate reversals. Whatever we get into the warmer colors, historically things have been turning back around and making it a fairly unpleasant surprise for people.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's pretty clear, to be honest, because it's really struggling to push past that 4-1-3-2 point. And you can see it's wicking immediately as it goes beyond that point. So yeah, it's really, really struggling.
yeah, we had a pretty big wick on the daily. Let's look at what it looks like on the hourly. Again, pretty big divergence, bearish divergence on the RSI, and it's starting to look like potentially a head and shoulders pattern forming.
Yeah.
So one thing's for sure, it will be an interesting week in the markets coming up. Now let's look at the total crypto market. Again, from a long-term perspective, pretty sustained downtrend, which we haven't, I don't think we've really broken out of, to be honest. Aside from this leg up,
Yeah.
this is still not looking good until I would say we break this level or even this one. So 1.18 or 1.3 trillion. It's still pretty bearish. Yeah, if somebody got in here at the bottom,
Yeah.
awesome, thanks. Especially if you got into some of the smaller cap coins. But again, we have a bearish divergence forming on the RSI, which could indicate we are very likely to start coming down. Again, let's look at the heat map. Again, super cold colors down here. And we are getting into the orange territory. It's not red yet, but it's not far. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of rally up at the start of the week, followed by some
See you later, fella.
some kind of
That's what I call it. A little bit of see you later, fella.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
So let's look at our buddy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Again, we have a bearish divergence on the RSI forming on the daily. This leg up, super smooth, just going up, form new support over here. But here we're starting to struggle to break past that 24,300, let's say, price.
Yep.
And we've had the last couple of days.
Over the past week, Bitcoin is now down 0.6% from where it has been up to. So it's almost like leveling back out to either it's basically making a new decision now. It's leveling back out. Will it go down or will it go up? But yeah, considering what we're seeing from S&P and just the general trend of everything at this present moment, it seems like a lot of things are overvalued. But what would you say is the RSI on that? Is it peaking up to be overvalued? What's it saying?
So the RSI on Bitcoin on the daily, it was overbought already for the entire week.
There you go. So that just goes to show
starting to come down.
Yep.
Although if we look at the hourly,
yeah,
it is oversold already. So I wouldn't be surprised if things turn around for a little bit, only to go kaboom. All
Yeah, for me, I just got to know where the volume's at. I'd look at a VPVR, see where the volume's at on that, to understand how far it could move up. And this is a major exchange, okay, that you're looking at, right? A bit of stamp, cool.
yeah.
So yeah, um, yeah,
That's
looking like
not hourly.
a lot of liquidity in the 23 sort of region. Yeah, there's a lot of liquidity in that 23 region, a bit above 23,200. Um, but yeah, it's looking like a lot of buyers at that point as well. Um, yeah, it looks like there's a bit of room for movement up to I'll call it 25-ish. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not 25, sorry, a bit below. 22, around about that 22, 23 range. So go to like around about the 23 range. Yeah, like that little bit there, yeah. So up to that point, 23, 169. Yeah, around about this range, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a bit of room up to that point. And then that's when there's a lot more liquidity coming in. But where there's the smaller bars, you can basically see that as room to move in the market, and then the bigger spaces in the bars, you can see that there's a lot more liquidity there. So if there will be a move, it will be between those points, in a sense, where that gap is. You see that little dip
Mm-hmm.
in the bar chart. That gap would be room for movement, basically. But obviously we'd be looking at whether there's more buyers or sellers. But it's looking like, yeah, there's the majority of the liquidity at the moment is at around about 23,400 in that price range. So yeah, that's quite interesting to see. So we can see if it will come back up to that point. But yeah, it's interesting how in hourly it's like heavily like oversold, and but yeah, in the macro picture it's more so overvalued. So yeah, in my opinion, I do think it's overvalued, and yeah, in my opinion, I'm just waiting to set up a short, to be honest with you. um yeah, but it's looking like this could be nearer to that point. I mean, we'll see if there's a bit more room. We can get some candle confirmations for room up.
Here we've got a complete gap. How is that happening?
Yeah. Or there's a gap it has to be filled. But yeah, I think yeah, definitely a candle confirmation would be necessary. So looking at the next few candles to see if there is a higher indication that it will go and stay above. But it looks like it's touched that point quite a lot. That 22,880 point that you put there.
Yeah.
It's touched that a lot, so we need to see if that's going to bounce off. But yeah, that's quite interesting one. Yeah, there's just the markets have been picking up heavily, and there's a lot of people are just happier, man. Whenever the market's coming up,
Yeah,
everyone's just happy.
literally.
Yeah, like everyone's
Look
mood
at
is just
Twitter, everyone's
on
happy.
high. Yeah, so that's when people are greedy. That's when you should be fearful, in a sense, and more aware of situations like this. So for me, it's like, okay, everyone's greedy, everyone's eating, everyone thinks the market's going to go into the next bull run. In my opinion, I don't think it will do. So this is something that's temporary. So what I'm looking for is a position to short back down at this present moment in time. But yeah, in my opinion, that's what I would say. But yeah, Wukash, any opinions on that? Do you think that this could be more long term, or do you think that this is something that's short term, in your opinion?
The way I see it, until the Federal Reserve fully reverses their monetary policy regarding inflation and basically turn the money printer back on,
Yeah.
there won't be any such thing as a sustained bull run. We
Yeah.
will have bounces here and there leading up to major events, maybe following some positive news, but until the macro picture fully changes, I see it as a very short-lived situation, which doesn't mean you can't make money. You can
Yeah.
just have to be aware of what environment you're playing in and then act accordingly. So
Definitely.
if you have money you're willing to part with for a long time, be my guest. 22, 23K, still a pretty good price to accumulate at, considering you considering the high was around what 69, 70K.
Yeah.
But it's how long you're willing to part with the money for and how long you're willing to sit on it until you see the return. So it's very much a
Exactly.
matter of individual circumstances.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think that's definitely true. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. If there's definitely like events that are happening in the space where it makes a bit more things bubble up, that will definitely happen. Um, but yeah, just looking at the picture here, I see it as what goes up must come down. That looks like a nice roller coaster right there.
Especially when it comes up as quickly
As that,
as this
yeah,
does.
that's the roller coaster, bro. That's the stealth
That's
bomber.
very much an
We got
inefficient
in.
move, which will at least go halfway back down, if not all the way down.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's a stealth bomber right there. I see that as a stealth bomber. Unless there's a clear indication that's going up, it is accumulating right now and holding off at that position in the 22 range, which is good. It's testing that area and staying above. But we'll see. Look for a breakdown or look for a clear indication of a move up. But yeah, I think it's just understanding the levels, understanding if it's going to move up, does it have room to move up much? Is it going to be a tight squeeze in terms of is there a lot of resistance there, and will it be something that is possible to move up for a good period or good length? But yeah, I definitely see during times like this where it's pretty much bear market times. There's going to be a lot of consolidation. So this could be consolidation till Lord knows when. Additionally as well. So yeah, but I think yeah, just keep an eye out for those moves is the play that I would play personally. But yeah, let's check out some of the alts. You know, we saw some interesting positive news on Solana, which was kind of cool. And yeah, on a few different projects. But yeah, let's just pull up some stuff and see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at these market caps, remembering where they were just a year ago, it's pretty mind blowing. Like Solana's like
Yeah.
at what, 8 billion right now?
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous. It was like 60 or 70 at one point, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah. It's crazy to see the space shift like this. Definitely, yes, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, let's have a look at a few
And
of these.
notice how much of the market is stable coins. We have
Oh,
10,
listen,
68 billion.
I was about to get into that as well. That's a
This
whole
is
nother thing. The
42.
amount of volume that flows through stable tokens and coins is absolutely nuts. I've been saying this for a minute now. But yeah, man, people need to stay the hell away from USDT, man. I don't know why that is so solid still. Yo, people need to be on the USDC or something. Yeah, a little bit more solidified, a bit more backed. Someone that knows how to pick auditors. Um, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Um, yeah, cool. Let's try up some other projects. Let's have a look at some Solana. There's a little bit of news coming out on XRP regarding their case. There's positive news as always, you know, from the scene at least, I might be listening to the bias information, just the XRP little army, right? Um, but I'm hearing that the CEO and founder has basically said he's not really worried about anything. Everything seems pretty positive, and it's just a matter of timing before things start picking up, which is good to see and good to hear. But yeah, let's have a look at the Solana.
Someone's a
It's always
player.
crazy when we look at this this mountain. I was gonna call it a Godzilla, but it's not. It's not a Godzilla yet.
Surely what comes up quick must come down.
Yeah, yep, exactly that. Yeah, I think right now the point where it's at is absolute bottom barrel consolidation. I think it's picked up because of the market conditions, but my God, that to be honest, if they position themselves and everything that runs and comes out smoothly, this could be one of the craziest plays and moves up in 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 the space. If
It
these
was
guys
as low as $8.
if these guys really survive, bro, this could be, you know what I mean, with the crazy
Yeah,
moves.
if Solana makes it, it's gonna do incredible, I think. Same
Yeah,
as Cardano, which survived the 2018 bear market.
yeah, I've seen some interesting things coming out of Solana regarding AI as well. And yeah, just like digital asset creation, and a lot of people on Solana as well, I know personally, are really like just building out some really cool technologies, and a lot of spiritual aligned technologies, which I think is always going to be powerful, always going to have crazy cult following behind it, and biotechnology. But it's really, really interesting the way that they're positioning themselves. So um, I see that they have the in terms of development and things that they're doing, longevity within that. But yeah, I think yeah, man, Solana, man, crazy, crazy, crazy time right now. But yeah, I think yeah, let's check out a few things as well. What you say we doing checking out news?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wants quick news updates, you could just literally just go on CoinMarketCap and just like that, boom, you can see. And another thing I like is the comment section where you can see people have comments and what people are sort of saying about the project on the right there, that comment section.
Oh,
Um,
there's
yeah,
people shilling
it's
stuff.
always fun to check out that. You always find something. Or
10x incoming. Yeah, watch out for that stuff.
exactly, yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but I think you get a good sense of the feeling that people have in terms of whether they're in fear or whether they're in greed. So that's what I like to look at, to actually understand these lot in the space, where their heads at. And you know, but yeah, some people do put their actual honest opinions there. So I think that's a good place to look for honest opinions. So I wouldn't say look for projects there, but definitely honest opinions. Um, okay, yeah, let's look at Ethereum. Let's look at, you know, like BNB, Binance, how they're keeping. Um, yeah, a bit of Phantom. Let's just do a quick run through on them, and
Yeah.
then I think we'll get to wrapping it up. Um, so yeah, Ethereum is looking pretty similar. It's always it's always been a little trailer, so it trails behind BTC a little bit. But yeah, I think it's looking like, yeah, they definitely needs to get to that price range above. But it's looking like it's hitting a level of support as well, a lower level of support. I mean, um, oh no. I mean, yeah, it's not quite. It's hitting off it, but then right above it, it has resistance to breaking through that stage. Basically, pretty much at the price where it's at now. Is you can see that there's like a level right there as well. In between the orange and the red, there's a level as well, which is pretty much at. So yeah, it's looking like that needs to break through as well, but it hasn't got far to go again. So yeah, if it breaks that like 1.6 range and breaks up to 1.7, it has to break through the 1.776 price range to actually do a move. But then it has another point at 2K. So there's only slight bits of movement there. Can you check out the percentage from where it's at now to where it would need to go in the orange?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah, let's see what that is, because that's pretty much resistance where it's at. That's 9% move right there. So uh, a 9% move up, and then to be honest with you, yeah. Um,
if we look at it from the perspective of what's the scenario that will cause the most people to lose money, I wouldn't be surprised, because again, every weekly candle, if we zoom it out to weekly,
yeah,
every weekly candle has a wick.
yeah,
Small, big. There is some wick, maybe except this one.
yeah,
But even here, there's tiny wicks. I wouldn't be surprised if again we go
yeah.
up.
That's indecisive one right there. The final one that's literally like, yeah, just just stuck. So yeah, it's at the point. It doesn't look like it has strength to me. This doesn't say strength. I'm strong. I'm moving up. With strength. It's very, yeah, that wick, the final wick that it just printed is indecisive as hell.
And again, this one here, very, very large compared to the
Yeah,
other
that's
one.
strong. That's very strong. But at the end there, even the one next to it, the last two wicks that it's printed out, then yeah, those are
Yeah,
so
it's like it's
that
running out of steam.
yeah, it's literally, so the white wick basically says, hey, I got some buyer support here, and then the darker wick, which is the last wick that's printed, is basically saying, I don't know where I'm going right now. I don't know whether I'm going up or down. I'm just here right now in the middle. So yeah, it's really stuck up right now. But yeah, like I said, I think you're right, Wukash. It will come up a little bit and then could just come down. I don't think it's gonna break past the 1776 price range, or at least the 2K. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's gonna move up crazily from my opinion. But yeah, maybe I'm Mr. Bear and just coming in on a mad. It's a depressing vibe, but from what I've been reading, from what I've been seeing, it's a depression.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, and there's quite a bit we could probably draw out here as well. But the RSI hasn't been going up like too high in all these moves. This is the highest it's already been in recent times,
Yeah.
and I
And what
wouldn't
was it, about
expect.
55?
Yeah,
Yeah, 50, 54. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not
54
bad.
on a weekly.
It's got room. It's not bad. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Cool. Let's check out a little bit of Phantom
Yeah,
real quick.
Phantom had a ridiculous move.
Yo, my gosh, that
It
is a
it
NASA
almost
rocket.
did a 3x.
That's a NASA rocket ship. Wow. Yeah, I can't lie, it's well deserved, man. Look at that consolidation period, bro. The Phantom team and the supporters that have been running with Phantom, they deserve that, man. They've been waiting for that, man.
250.
Yo, for all the guys at Phantom that were patient for this one, that were rooting for Phantom, salute, man. You made it. You made it, man. All that consolidation was worth it, my guy. You got your rocket ship. But yeah, I hope you're out. A little bit out. I mean, obviously, if you're Phantom heavy, then you still be in. But my guy, take your profit, man. Take your profit. Take your profit, man. The rocket ship look like it's coming down as well, and turning into a roller coaster. From what I'm seeing as well. But what can we have a look at previous points in the market to see where it can come down to? Is it just that 1 point, or is there a point in between? Oh yeah,
I
you see
think
the wick there. So that wick, Nux, can you zoom back out? Yeah, see the top of the wick on the left of your mouse, in between April and July. The wick, yeah, up there, up top. That wick on the chart, the white wick.
hold on.
On the far left, the white wick, the
This
big
one here.
white wick. Yeah, that there. That looks like is where it will come down to at the top of that wick. At the very top. That looks like it's pretty much the next point. That top of the wick there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, and then there's another little one just above that line that you've put, the orange one.
So here.
Yeah, just above, yeah, just slightly, yeah. And then yeah, I think that there's a big gap if it doesn't hit that support. That's a big drop down. If it doesn't hit that support, it'll come crashing. It's got two bits of bits of resistance that it has two levels that has to break through to go down to where it was, but I think it will consolidate at that level where your mouse is right now, and pick up to a new consolidation point, I think, because people are like, okay, cool, and it might consolidate at a new level from what I see here, in my opinion. But I think yeah, that's a crazy rocket, man. I mean, congratulations to everyone that was in FTM and got that percentage out of the market. Yeah, I think Phantom, incredible project, and they've just had so much like really wide DeFi application, and yeah, I think that there's definitely some room here. Hopefully, hopefully for the long term. I mean, if we zoom out to the macro and we look at the macro at price points it's been previously, yeah, and see how far it was to picking up to the level that it hit the level previously, pretty much. It broke through that level previously, at the bottom just before that big run. You see that big run that I did. You see the big mountain right here, bro, on the left side of that big mountain. Like, yeah, where it started off, just a little bit above that. As soon as it started coming up a little bit, yeah, we've broken past that point there, and now at the points above, yeah, I think yeah, I think it will make a new level of consolidation, in my opinion, unless the markets deem otherwise. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I think
think that
I think on Phantom this one's gonna come down, in my opinion, because there's no clear new higher level. It's not got a lot of room to go at all, and it done an aggressive move up, and it's been consolidating for ages. So yeah, I think it'll come back down and find a new consolidation stage if it doesn't do a huge run. But I don't think a huge run is coming anytime soon with the market conditions. That's why I would say it's not looking like it's going to do a huge run. Because if it was like a market condition, in my opinion, that was like ripe, then this could be a sign that it's going to go down to a new point, and you get in at that point to ride the bigger wave. But I don't think that's going to start anytime soon. So I think that this is a shorting opportunity to find that new point of consolidation, which is pretty much exactly where that orange line is. So yeah, I think that's my opinion. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think in terms of the most optimistic, the most optimistic and realistic scenario at the same time for the market is just another very long period of sideways action where come up a bit, we go down a bit until something very significant changes on the macro policy level.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sick. Um, any DeFi projects that you're looking at? We done our hit list of things that we're looking at on Monday. I didn't cover that one. The reason being, I'm not really crazily jumping on anything right now. I've already got quite a lot of positions in place, so it's just chill, wait for the right activation, accumulate, and short. That's what I'm on right now, bro. How about
And,
yourself?
and seeing what survives, that would be the main
Yeah,
thing. Because
yeah, yeah.
Bitcoin's not going anywhere.
Of
So
course not.
that's the only really sure bet that there is. But obviously, Bitcoin's already a massive size, so there's only so much money you can make on Bitcoin. It's finding those projects that either have already been around and will survive to the next stage, or brand new projects which are doing something that's really useful and have really good tokenomics. Because
Yeah,
again, I want
exactly
to
that. Yeah,
have 5% of coins in circulation and then them just creating more and more and more and more and more and more and more.
exactly that. I think scoping for new projects is gonna the fundamentals and the analysis that has to be done is definitely going to have to be more in depth than previous, in my opinion. Only because I see regulation coming in this year, I see a lot of things coming into play, and I believe the next bull run will be driven by utility rather than the Shiba Inu coin or this rubbish shit coin or whatever it may be that people are looking at thinking, if I put my money in this, it's at 0.00000000001.
If
If it
only
goes
it
to
went to a dollar.
if it goes to 0.000000001, that'll be 100x. Yeah, I don't think that those plays are the plays to be made.
Yeah, I think that was a one-time thing, and if it happens again, it will be very short-lived because I think
Yeah, I think it can happen again, but only just before regulation actually comes into play. And I think things like that will be happening on the dark web side of the market. So we won't be seeing it, is what I'm saying. So yeah. But I think that there definitely will be an underground market where there's things like that going crazy. But that's not for us.
certainly. So to sum it up, stay safe, stack your money, and buy good stuff.
Yes, quite literally. And yeah, man, check out Phantom, see what happens over the week as well, see if it's going to go down. I think that's a clear indication that it's going to go down from what we see. um follow the markets. You don't have to always make an investment in the markets, just have a look at the charts, understanding, seeing if you could scout and scope things out before they happen. It doesn't, you don't always have to actually put capital down. Just honing your skills, I think, is extremely important. So that's what I have to say for today. Thanks, everyone all over the world, wherever you are, whatever time it may be, morning, night. Thanks for tuning in. I hope it's been insightful, and I hope you open up your chart and find something new in the market and sort of, yeah, scope things out and see if you can scope and find where things will go. But yeah, much appreciated, guys. And that's
Thank you,
Keith
everyone.
signing off. Woo Cash, much appreciated. But yeah,
Guys.
take care, guys, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. I see you.